Let's talk about when can you take them to movies? When does that all happen?
Yeah.
Because, that's kind of, I did a little research on what our pediatricians and early childhood research are saying these days.
Yeah.
So, of course, the immediate thing you think about is age appropriateness of a
Yes.
movie, right? So the Motion Picture Association tries to help us out with their rating system. And everybody, like with real littles, looks for G rating, right? Okay, because that's general audiences, anybody.
Okay.
Or PG, which is parental guidance, but it should be okay. Know your child. And that's sort of the message in all of this, is you really do have to know your child. Now, the challenge with this, I always thought this when I was raising my son, was they say, parents, make sure this content works. Well, then you have to go see the content. And most families don't have the resources to go check out a movie, got to have somebody take care of the kids, then go back and watch it again. I mean, who does that?
Yeah.
I mean, just maybe some people do, but
hope for the best.
Most people don't. Yes, you do kind of hope for the best. So what I would encourage people to do is to do a little research, because happily that's all out there now, and you can go online and at least hear the storyline and hear if there's going to be maybe scary moments or romantic moments that you do or do not want to deal with yet for your child. And I'll give an example. Knowing your child. So I remember back in the old days when you'd pop the movie in to watch it. My son was watching. I wanted to watch Beauty and the Beast. I had never seen it.
Yeah.
He was
You've
young.
never seen it?
I had not seen it way back when.
Okay.
Way
This is
back
kinda
when.
right when it came out.
No, yeah, I've seen it now, but I popped it in to watch it with my then probably almost 2-year-old.
Yeah.
It did not work. There was a scene in there where the pipe organ is bolted to the wall and he has a little screaming fit and gets angry, and I watched my son's face and I was like, okay, this is not working for him. So we just took that out of rotation. We stayed in the movies we were watching, and then I brought it out like a year later and it didn't faze him.
Yeah.
So, he was kind of known for not liking people yelling. I think he's probably still that way. But at any rate, that's, you kind of know those things about your child. So if you can research the movie just a little bit, you may be able to avoid getting an upset child over it. And that's what we want, is we want them to have fun. But movies help kids start to have conversations with them about it. And I encourage parents to do that. There's a lot you can launch out of in a movie. But keep watching them with your children, because one day they want to go on their own. So these are times for parents to have these moments.
Yeah. I remember going to the movies so much when I was a kid, and I feel like I don't see that as much now.
Well, one of the challenges, and when I looked at this, and thank you for mentioning that because I skipped right over it, one of the other challenges parents have is there just aren't G-rated content anymore.
Yeah.
And you really are with PG. I looked at Disney's last several releases. They're all PG or PG-13. And part of their challenge, it's not really their fault, they're not trying to do this, but in order to attract a wide enough audience, they just have to have content that appeals to grown-ups and children, and they're trying to find that place, and it pushes them out of the G rating. The last G movies I could see were in 2019, Frozen 2 and Toy Story 4. So yeah, iconic, they're great, but there isn't a lot that you're going to have to kind of investigate those PG movies and see what you can do with it.
Yeah, and kind of look at the throwbacks too, because again, like all the classic movies I feel like were coming out when I was little and growing up. There's so many good ones. So just because it was like 20 or so years ago doesn't mean it's not good for kids.
Or go back to Lady and the Tramp.
Yes, or go way back.
Go to the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, no, there were so many good ones, so many classic. Any other ones you know of right now that you would recommend?
I'm kind of your era when you were coming along. I'm a big fan of Aladdin.
Yeah.
Hercules is one I think gets looked over that has kind of a powerful message for the girls. So I don't know, those stand out for me.